Hi, thank you for tuning in again. Today, I want to just talk about my 3 year journey. Um, in 2017, I quit my job as a school teacher, and I just want to talk about that journey and where the Lord has me right now, because I've been noticing that a lot of people have been quitting their jobs. They're doing this out of an act of obedience, and I am encouraged by it. And I know that the Lord has something amazing in store for us, but we cannot deny the fact that walking through the unknown is a scary and difficult thing. And it requires a new level of faith, a new level of trust, a new level of surrender, which can be very difficult to do. But as we walk through this journey, the Lord really does open our eyes to his faithfulness, and he teaches us about his character and about his love. And I'm excited about the testimonies that are going to come out of my life and your life if you're undergoing a similar journey. So I just kind of want to go back a couple of years. 2017, I quit my job as a school teacher. I did go back to school. I'm still in school, but I spent a good majority of these years, honestly, down. It's been a hard season. It's been a hard journey because it's been a very long time. And I'm starting to learn more about perspective and changing my perspective and remembering the character of God. And that if I know that God is for me, if I know that he is good, if I know that he has a great plan for my life, then why am I constantly downcast? And, the enemy loves that. He loves when we get to that point where we're depressed or we have anxiety or we're fearful or we're not trusting in God and we're angry at God. He loves that. But instead, I'm learning to refocus my mind on who God is and not what he is doing. So as of now, well, not really now, since COVID-19, I did receive a part-time job, but I'm on furlough currently. But yes, I've been doing that. I'm in school, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I have no idea where the Lord is leading me to. After I graduate, I'm really hoping for open doors. And also, I don't really know what God's plan is for this ministry. I've been praying about it. I haven't not been consistent, and that's been my own disobedience. But I'm praying about becoming more consistent and really just sharing whatever I feel led to share and hoping that it blesses at least one person. But going back to maybe what you're walking through, it's a scary thing. It's, you get to this point where it's like, why, God? Like, why? Like, why did you ask me? Why did you tell me to give up something that was good? And I'm walking through this journey and I don't see the good out of it. I don't see why you called me to do this when everything is falling apart in my life. And everything did fall apart. I was obedient and things just went crazy. I had issues with my family. I was struggling financially. I had to depend on the Lord to provide. I was undergoing a lot of spiritual warfare. I was just I don't know, it was just difficult. And I know that maybe you're going through that right now. But again, I really do feel like I've been strengthened now that I'm moving towards 3 years, and that I see things differently, and I feel like I've grown to see God's faithfulness. And now I see him as my provider. I see him as my healer. I see him as the one who defends me. And so before that, I didn't see that. But now that having gone through this journey, I'm able to put my identity in Christ and really depend on him and surrender to him like never before. And maybe that's what it's all about. It's not really about a position or a place he wants to take us. It's what he wants to do in us during this season, the beautiful work that he wants to do in us. And he wants to transform our hearts, transform our minds. And when he does open that door, that's a fruit of the journey that he's taken us through. So again, it's not really about destination. It's about just who we are in him that he's concerned about. And yes, it's going to hurt, but at the same time, we're going to experience freedom and breakthroughs like never before, healing. We're going to experience just the goodness of God. You know, as his children, we have every spiritual blessing, you know, that when we surrender our lives to Christ, he's pleased with us. We have his righteousness and we have his favor, which means that no matter what happens to us, no matter what mistakes we make, he's always going to redirect us and he's always going to turn all things together for good. And I even had moments like that where I questioned whether I was even hearing God correctly, whether I believed he really asked me to quit my job or not. I really questioned that. And at the same time, just going back to knowing the character of God, if I know that he's good, I know that even if I do make a mistake, that he's going to redirect my paths. And he's going to do the same thing for you. So we don't have to have this fear of, am I doing the right thing? Well, at the same time, before you quit your job, you do want that confirmation. You know, you do want to talk to people and have them pray about it and give you wisdom and encouragement if they believe if it's the Lord's will. But at the same time, when you act in faith, we can't constantly go back and forth in our minds. Did I make the right choice? You know, that's being double-minded. He wants us to just have faith in who he is, knowing that he's good and that he has a great plan and that we will mess up, we will make mistakes, but he uses that. And so I pray that encourages you as you're going through your own journey like I am. And we're going to push through. We're going to just constantly remember that, okay, God has me walking in this season. It's taking longer than I thought it would. It's not what I expected. But you know what? That must mean that he has something great for me then. If it's taking this long, if I'm going through this much struggle, it's because he's preparing me for something that's greater, that's far greater than I am. And he needs to prepare us for that. So we need to have that expectancy that, wow, when God opens that door, it's going to be amazing because that's who he is. He's amazing and he does amazing things. So God bless you. I pray that you are encouraged and just have a beautiful day. Bye.